Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattle Tales from the Vector. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. This is a collective or general reading, so just be aware parts may or may not resonate. Take what works for you, leave the rest. And also this is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if I posted this some time ago, what was going on in your life back then, that will give you further clarity as to your situation now. We're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, and we have the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is cards that features the pentacle. The pentacles in tarot represent health, wealth, and happiness in the third dimensional plane. This is talking about basically how you invest your time, your money, and your energy in the 3D world. It's about lifestyle. So you could have all the money in the world that you could have as much money as you want in, but you may not be living the lifestyle that you want to be living. So we are going to start with the first card here, and we have Justice coming in. I should just mention that this card can represent that you're very busy multitasking, and it also says juggle your options but never juggle your morals. Now this is talking about justice. So justice is redemption from karma. It's justice comes from the social or from the spiritual level down to the physical. She is sitting between these two pillars, and she's wielding this sword, and it's in her right hand. Her toe is peeking out from underneath her robe here on her right foot, which indicates she's ready to get up and implement this justice at a moment's notice. We have the energy of the Chariot. So the Chariot is saying that you are on your destined journey. And you'll notice there's no reins here. There's no need for reins because you're on your destined path. The one that God put you on when you were put on this planet. And this energy is quite often talking about karma being distributed as well. A lot of people think karma is punishment, but karma is actually just cause and effect from your actions or inactions. You could have direct karma from something that you absolutely did, yourself. And then there is karma that is indirect karma. Indirect karma is from maybe unfinished business from your ancestors and descendants, or it can also be from associations that you have with other people. So this is there also is karmic spaces that we all easily fall into. So on some level, this is talking about redemption from karma, and that you're busy. You're busy on your destined path. This is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is representing the energy of, there's four queens in the deck. And this one represents, there's sirens out here and they're really loud. Just gonna wait for them to go by. I have a noise canceling mic on, but man, today's been a day of sirens and a lot of extra. We had someone right across the street here in a house had the RCMP were there, and they had the tactical team, and they were arresting people, and it was just they were out there for about 4 or 5 hours blocking the street off. It was quite the day, and now I'm doing this reading. It's later than I usually would be doing it, and there's sirens going again. I don't even want to look. All right, so they're gone now. All right, so the queen is one of 4 queens in the minor arcana, and she is sitting on her throne. She has her left hand extended, which shows that she is willing to receive. Having said that, she has been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt, and she has zero interest in repeating any bullshit that has happened in the past. Her head is above the clouds. She has a lot of clarity right now, and so if you come into her, she says, "Come into me correct, with correct information, or off with your head." She means it too. Then we have this energy of, this is pre-Empress energy. So pre-Empress energy means, in the tarot we have an Empress and an Emperor. And the Empress and Emperor are like the epitome of, the Empress, pre-Empress energy here represents someone that has almost accumulated all the qualities of all four queens through life experience, and is now almost an Empress. So that's what this energy is. The Empress is the epitome of the feminine, and also she has all the qualities of all four queens rolled into one person. So this energy is talking about the discernment, and I think this is what the Queen has learned. This Queen of Swords has learned that she needs to be able to, this is about the give and take in life, and this is about cleaning up your environment, basically. This figure has her hand on 6 pentacles, and then there's 3 in the bush here. So this represents that she always keeps this ratio. If you've ever heard of Nikola Tesla, the genius, he would say if you knew the beauty of the 369, then you would have the key to the universe. And this is kind of like that kind of energy. She knows that she has to keep her hand on six of the pentacles of the 9 that she has. This is the ratio that she keeps. Then she has 1 here that could maybe be for more iffy investments, more risky investments, 1 for giving to charity, and maybe 1 for giving to family. But she keeps this ratio because she knows she needs to, this is what she needs to be comfortable where she is and be able to make sure that she's always covered. The falcon that she has here represents the being able to have the foresight to see the big picture. And this card quite often talks about being really in a appreciation of what you do have and valuing it. So looking after it properly. And also it's saying that you are the sum of your environment. So if your environment is cluttered right now, clean it up, and you may find that then you will also have more clarity of mind. We have Temperance coming in here. So Temperance is talking about the energy of an earth angel. Basically, this card is representing a Sagittarius energy. It's in the major arcana. This is talking about having the patience to stay on your path of glory. Your path of glory is your destined path, and you appear to be on it. This is the energy that you're in. So she has her right foot in the universal waters that is represented here, and using alchemy she's pouring her energy back and forth into these cups and mixing it with the universal water. And then she has her left foot grounded on earth, which is saying that she can bring her special qualities down to earth. And you notice there's flowers growing here by her foot. And we have here the angel is because in the Bible it says that God sends 144,000 angels down to earth in the form of human energy, and that they are here to empower others to stay on their path of glory as well. We have a Tower coming in. The Tower represents an energy, it's a reality check. So these 2 people that are falling out of the Tower are in a situation where they were not seeing the reality of their situation. And the universe may have tried to get them to see it. At first, the universe will whisper to us and say, you know, hey, you might want to take care of that. And then we don't. So then the universe gets the frying pan out and whacks us over the head with it and says, hey, pay attention. You know, you need to look at this. And you say, oh, okay, I will. But I just need, let me finish up what I'm doing this week, and I will for sure take care of it next week. But then you don't. And then the next thing, the 2x4 comes out, and you still don't clean it up. And so then the lightning has to hit your tower. Basically, this is saying, you know, like your home's on fire, you're falling out of the tower. One of these people is in total shock. The other one is like, ugh, I kind of thought this was going to be happening. And this is kind of like an energy, you know, like that it comes out of the blue, like where you're not expecting it at all. The tower is never, it's an uncomfortable place to be. And quite often it's very sudden, and it never happens at a good time. Basically, that's the energy. Then we have the official card of marriage. Basically, this card quite often represents marriage or another very strong partnership or commitment. It is talking about having reached a stage of fulfillment where you're on the doorstep to reaching the next phase, basically. And this card here talks about, you know, the best way to put it would be you do have the down payment for your castle, but now you still have to make the mortgage payments. Maybe someone has proposed to you and you've said yes, or you've proposed to someone and they've said yes, and you're planning the wedding, and then when the wedding's over, then you're going to have the marriage. You're going to have to put the energy into the relationship for it to reach the next level of fulfillment. Okay, so this is the energy we have. We have competition. So the competition is coming in from, this is the only card in the tarot that is featuring adolescence, you know, and what they're doing is they're fighting with each other. This energy is quite often talking about immature competition. So immature competition meaning that, you know, as you mature, you start to realize, regardless of whether you are on a team or you're an individual, when you are in competition with someone or something, that the energy is, you know, you're really in competition with yourself. Sometimes, you know, if we're in competition, it can really matter to us and we really want to win. And so what happens, you know, we get under the pressure and we don't do as well as we normally would. So this is talking about being the best version that you can be. And, you know, like every time you go out there and perform, that you do it 1% better. If you constantly and consistently do things 1% better, then the energy is talking about being in an energy of that you're going to be improving yourself, and that's going to be the energy that lifts you up to be better in the next stage of your competition. And so this energy is talking about, what are you doing? Did you just wake up? Do you want to, my cat is here, and she normally sits on my lap to be able to, what you doing? Did you wake up in the other room? She woke up in the other room and realized I was doing a reading without her. So her job is to sit on my lap and purr. So she's here with us right now. Cat's purr is a very healing vibration. Did you whack your head on the table? You big sucky. Okay, so she's sitting on my lap. I just had to acknowledge her. She's insulted that I started without her. She's got happy feet now, so we're in good paws. The cat's purr, as I was saying, it has a very high vibration. It's very healing. So she's doing a really good job here. Did you whack your head on the bottom of the table? She's mad. Sorry. Just want to get her calmed down so that I can finish this reading without her being a pain in the butt. So this is the energy of immature competition, basically. And I call it my Mean Girls card, because this is when, you know, you think about narcissistic cheerleaders and they can see the other team won clearly, but they are you know, absolutely determined to win anyway, and they want the trophy, and if they don't succeed, then their mothers will help them to succeed. It's that kind of energy. You're better off learning from the competition. So then this is the energy of the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is talking about, it's the only, out of all the pentacle cards in the tarot, this is the only one where the person is actually working on the physical coin. And so this is talking about making money. And this can talk about, you know, so you're on a project very focused on making money. And this is, you either just started this project and you are on the second pentacle and you have 6 to go, or you have these 6 and you're working on the 7th and 8th pentacle. This energy is saying stay focused, and because you're going, you know, whatever you're working on is going to be out, you know, you will make money from it. It will increase your lifestyle. Then we have this energy of the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is, she is sitting on her throne, and she's known for being natural beauty, very sexy. She's got a very sunny disposition represented by the sunflower here. The sunflower follows the sun, the head of the, and it also, and the sun represents God. This is the energy of the veil, that is like the thin veil between the spiritual and the physical realm. The Queen of Wands is known for being able to come up with a creative solution to any problem. And so she's the kind of person that she uses her intuition and her logic together so that she can come up with creative solutions. So she's not someone that worries. Her element is the element of fire. Her wand is made out of wood. Wood feeds fire. It also represents the tree, and the tree has really strong roots from the ancestor, as well as these offshoots which represent descendants. She also has a little black cat here, and this little black cat represents an energy of, a lot of people will not have a black cat because they think, they're superstitious, that they're bad luck. But the queen, she doesn't care about that. She's not worried about luck. She doesn't believe in luck. She just believes in implements creative solutions when she has a problem. Then we have the Six of Swords coming in. This card has been coming in a lot lately, and I do feel it has to do with what's going on in the world right now. As I'm doing this reading, it is March the 4th. It will be out tomorrow morning at March the 5th. And, we just had that major eclipse on the 3rd, and, we're going to feel that energy for a few more days pretty intensely, couple more anyway, and then we're going to be moving into like about 6 months of that energy sort of having an influence on our life, but very subtle, and it's kind of, of some sort of big change coming up. And so a lot of people are feeling a lot of stress right now because of what's going on in the world. We have the Epstein files came out with all of the information there. We had in Canada here, we had a lot of people that had gone to vacation in Mexico, and they ended up, the cartels there got in a big, there was a big thing with the Mexican cartels, and there was, a lot of people ended up on their vacation being totally stressed out because of that. And I think most of them are back home now. And then we have what's going on in Iran, and it seems to be escalating, and there's such mixed information about what's really going on there. So it's like a lot of people are, just above the everyday stress. It's this heavy energy on the planet right now. And so this is talking about wanting to get out of these rough waters. The rough waters represent chaos and volatile emotions, and get into smooth water, like some peace of mind. And this is what the swords represent. They represent having cluttered thoughts here, and this energy sometimes here. This is this adult and a small child, and they have no baggage. This can represent wanting to heal the inner child. This conveyor, is moving this boat back and forth, ferrying people, and the rod here has to dig very deep to be able to get down to the mud to push the boat off. And so it's talking about, when times are tough, the tough get going, basically. That's the kind of energy we're in right now. We have the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is in between, like this rowing off to calmer short waters with God is in between these two. If they're a couple, it could have something to do with, with the reading. We don't know as of yet. The King of Wands is representing someone who is very, like, he seems to have his back to the Queen though, and he has his back also to the Queen of Swords. Interesting. The only one that, and then even the Empress's pre-Empress energy is not looking at him. Sometimes when we have like a pre-Empress or Empress energy, and we have like already two queens coming out so soon in the reading, it can mean that this person has already embodied the abilities and the qualities of the Queen of Swords as well as the Queen of Wands, and is on her way to being, that's a pre-Empress. She's halfway there to being an Empress. The King of Wands is sitting on his throne. he's got his back to all of them. So he's busy looking into the future. The King of Wands is very much a visionary. He is considered like the sexiest, most charismatic of all the kings, the kind of guy you wouldn't kick out of bed for eating crackers. You would forgive him for anything. He's charming and he's fun, and a lot of people, he has a really good outlook on life. He's always like finding solutions to problems, and he likes to tackle new projects, new ideas, and implement them in his life. Here we have, which is something interesting, in all the face cards of the wands, we have these salamanders chasing their tail and the lion energy. This represents protection from fire. We even have a little salamander here. The only one that doesn't have it is the Queen. The Page and the Knight and the King have it. The Queen of Wands doesn't need protection from fire because she sets the tone and she commands it. The King of Wands, one thing I found really interesting is that if he has it, and he's not wearing this energy, but he has it on the back of his throne. And you know how when you see something and then you can't unsee it? This is the energy. I see this face on here now, and it looks like two eyes and then smoke coming out of the nose and the mouth. So this could represent that the king is smoking hot, or it could also represent the energy that he is, where there's smoke, there's fire, that kind of energy. And we've got, look at this now, we have this energy of the Queen of Cups. Really interesting, isn't it? It's kind of interesting how these are lining up. So the Queen of Cups, now we've got three queens representing this pre-Empress energy. I feel that's what it must be. And so now she has her back to the king, but he's looking right at her. The Queen of Wands isn't looking at him. The Queen of Swords is looking away from him. Yeah. And this one, she's also not looking, she's looking, like, she's looking, no, like almost like, I don't even want to look at you. Really different energy. So now this is the Queen of Cups here. And the Queen of Cups represent, like, her cup is the only cup in the tarot that has a lid on it. And it looks like a trophy. And so this is saying that she's a container of unconditional love. She's the most likely, like, to be married in a more traditional relationship. She is very, she has, like, all the, you know, she loves her pets. She loves her children. She loves her, you know, the animals around her. Just like, she loves her partners. She loves her, you know, her mother, her father. She loves her community. She just has a very, she has an unconditional love. And sometimes this can also represent the maternal line. So it could represent your mother, or your grandmother, and your great-grandmother, and all the love they have for the family. Now, what's interesting is she has her back to the King of Wands here. The King of Wands, one thing about him is, you know, as I said, where there's smoke, there's fire. He's visionary, and he loves to look into the future. So it sometimes gives him a roving eye when it comes to matters of love and relationships. So this energy, these three won't even look at him, and he's looking at the Queen, and she's got her back to him as well. The Queen, both these queens have their back to her, and I feel like this energy definitely does represent, it feels like it represents this pre-Empress energy here. So the only one that we're missing right now out of the queens here is the, who are we missing here? In my brain, I'm in the zone and I can't count. So we have the passion, we have the love, and we have the discernment. It's just the Queen of Pentacles. So there may be, I don't know, there might be some pentacles missing or something. Let's see what's going on, because we're juggling pentacles here. That's the only one that's not missing, or that's not, like, here to make this pre-Empress energy an Empress. And she does have her money on the coin. So it might have something to do with coin. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll keep going here. So this is the king and the queen. It appears both of them. And that, like, what's interesting is this is justice and destiny here at the beginning here. And we have the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands, which would imply there was some sort of relationship there. And it's kind of saying, like, maybe they both, it's really kind of a different energy here. It's like they both know what they know, and they both have conviction without a doubt of what's happened here. So the king looks like he's interested in the queen, and he's passionate about her. And you notice he's got a boot on one foot, and he's got a shoe on the other. This energy here. This represents conviction beyond a doubt, but straddling higher ground and straddling perhaps two different worlds or two different versions or two different... It's almost like the king knows what he knows and she knows what she knows, and maybe it's not the same thing, and they both are seeing the same situation from a different perspective because, yeah, like it's like straddling two different worlds. I feel like there's some disagreement between them. Something has happened here, and justice needs to be served. They're on their destined path. Like he's definitely wanting to talk to her, but she won't. She's got her back to him because of something that happened, and her version of events is different from his version of events. That's the energy. And it's interesting because she's got the shoe and he's got the boot. I think she's giving him the boot. Isn't that weird energy? So there's some information coming in from the Knight of Swords. We just entered on February 17th. We entered the year of the fire horse. And this was from the Chinese calendar, or the Chinese New Year. And it's from the lunar calendar. With this, we just had like this big Virgo eclipse, and this energy is really, there's a lot of moon energy around still tonight here. Like, you know, like the weird situation I had this afternoon, and then as soon as I sit down to do this, having the sirens, you know, going off, like, okay, give it a rest out there already. I'm actually in a good neighborhood. I don't know what the heck, what's going on over there, man. So this is the Knight of Swords coming in with some information. The knights would travel, you know, from kingdom to kingdom, delivering messages for the king and the queen and the rest of the court, because of, you know, like this was the only way they really had to do it back then. Of course, nowadays we would have, we have so many ways of communicating. This could be a letter in the mail, it could be an email, it could be a phone call, text message, it could be something, a message on social media, it could be seeing an event on social media and meeting someone there, and then it could also represent just something you see on the news and what's going on in the world right now. And like this, but the Knight of Swords generally is running to something. So he's running towards this energy here and away from this energy here. So he's, this is talking about, this is the exact energy you do not want to be in right now. A fool rushing in, he only has half the information, it looks like. We can't see the point of his sword, so he doesn't have, you know, the total picture. He's running against the wind. Through barren land, and his horse is totally stressed out. And so this is like, you don't want to be impulsive right now. You know, if a horse gets spooked and it runs, and all you can do is hang on for dear life, and until it finally gets tired and it stops. And so this energy is exactly the energy you don't want to be in right now. Being impulsive, being hot-headed, you know, getting all pissed off, and then going on on Twitter or X and tweeting away, and then the next day thinking, I wish I wouldn't have done that. It's that kind of energy. So the information is coming in regarding something. You know, this is the element of the sword, so it's a thought or some sort of, it could be some paperwork, whatever it is. He's in a hurry to get it to, I don't know if it's the king and or the queen. Like, are they a couple and they're just not speaking to each other right now? I'm not sure here. But I do feel that it is this, unless this is a totally different individual. All of these queens are different people, but generally I'm more leaning towards this energy of this becoming an empress from the experience. We've got the Ace of Pentacles here. So the Ace of Pentacles is a reward from the divine for staying on your path of glory, being on this path. And this is the reward. This is for following your North Star. Your North Star is your guiding light for your divine path. And this is saying, congratulations, you've done a really good job of staying on your path. And I'm going to reward you with a big fat pentacle. And so this is, you know, talking about a really beautiful lifestyle. And then we have the World here. And so this is talking about whatever happened here in the reality check and that cycle is now over. When the Fool starts out on his journey, he starts at the 0 point, and then he works his way through all the cards. And when he gets to the final card, that's the 21st card in the Major Arcana. And this represents, okay, you've achieved all you can on this cycle, and now it's time to start a brand new cycle and begin a new adventure, basically. So this energy now, I'm building a pyramid here. So this is talking about what's going on and the tools that you have, the obstacles, and now this is having the courage to be able to get through it. And then that you achieve this pentacle, you're going to receive that. So maybe it's talking here, you won't have to be juggling pentacles, you'll have more legacy of wealth. This would be the 10th pentacle, adding to this the ultimate that you can have in wealth. Definitely this is already generational wealth and a legacy, but this would be even more above that. And then we have courage here. So this is talking about this young woman is reaching into this lion's mouth, and it's talking about having the strength to face your worst fears. So the lion is a mature lion, but he's being very submissive. He has his tail tucked under, and he's allowing her to reach deep into his mouth. And this is representing her confronting her fears, and the lion understands that she's not afraid, so that's why he's allowing it. We have the infinity symbol here, which represents infinite potential to the power of infinity and beyond. Stella, I know you want me to feed you. You're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait until I'm done this reading. And you just knocked the camera. Now go lie down, and I will feed you when I'm done here. She's not impressed. First I started without her, and then I didn't leave her the food she wanted. What a pain in the butt she's being. She's all stressed out because of all the noise and the sirens and the activity out there all day. And cats are funny. Like, they can really feel a negative vibe from a mile away. And so this is talking about the High Priestess energy. This is about, she's very highly intuitive. She follows the cycles of the moon to be more intuitive. And she is sitting between these two pillars, which represent extremes. This one actually represents the energy of Jesus, and this one represents the energy of the devil. But she's comfortable sitting here, and she's joyful because she's sitting next to God. And this is talking about the High Priestess is highly intuitive, and this is saying make sure you use your intuition at this time. We have to be victorious. Okay, so this is talking about whatever happened here, the reality check, and this energy here. You've been rewarded for staying on your path, and it's ended. And now you're facing your fears about what happened so that you can move forward into your heart's desires. And this is saying use your intuition to be victorious. So this person is riding, the horse through town or through, the village or whatever this is. And she is a winner. And this is also saying that she's being recognized as a leader. And perhaps these people before didn't see her that way, but because she was able to rein in her emotions, she has managed to come back as a leader. And even the horse, look at the horse is even like totally chill, look at the difference between this horse and this horse. It's saying this horse totally trusts its rider, and she's not really having to really even rein that in. That's the horse is representing her emotions. And look at, because of that, then she becomes the empress. So they don't show how maybe she already way back here had the qualities of the pentacles, and that's what this is representing, that she already was beyond the Queen of the Pentacles. Like, she really is good at lifestyle and managing coin and that kind of energy. The Empress, as I said, is all four of the queens rolled into one. So the Queen, if we look at the Queen of Pentacles, that energy is someone who is known to be very resourceful, can do a lot with one pentacle even. And she is known for preferring quality work over quantity work. And she, so like this energy represents more quantity over quality, but the Queen of Pentacles prefers quality over quantity. And so this is all of these energies within this Empress. This means that you've gone through enough life experience, you've come out victorious, and you've reached Empress status. The wheat here at her feet represents the fact that she plans and puts the energy in to make strong plans. She implements them, like she prepares the field and gets the fertilizer and has it ready. And then she does the best job she can planting it at the right time. And then she has to just count on nature after that to be able to bring it through. And she doesn't worry. She's like the Queen of Wands. She doesn't worry about it. She just knows it's going to grow for her. This is talking about the Queen or the Empress energy. She's considered to be pregnant with possibilities, but this can also represent that she is actually physically pregnant. And then we have, oh, look at this. That now here comes this energy in from what's going on here. So there's regret here, and this is crying over spilt milk, but it's actually 2 cups of wine and 1 cup of another liquid. And so this is representing, and it's sitting on this energy here. And, it's sitting on the conviction, like I know what I know kind of energy. And so on these two. And so it could be that the king or the queen, one of them stepped out of the relationship, and now the Empress energy could be pregnant, and maybe it's not with this maybe it's not his child, or he's convinced it's not, and she's convinced, and it's hard to say, but there's some sort of friction, some sort of energy here. Maybe here comes this is the pregnancy test or a DNA test possibly. So this is talking about having regret for having been in this kind of an energy, whoever it was that was in it. And it doesn't have to be that way either. It could be that the Empress is pregnant, and while she was being pregnant, the king stepped out. Maybe he doesn't get attracted by pregnant women, but, it could be energy like that. It could, actually there's some sort of statistic that says that most men that cheat, or most men that are going to be abusive to their spouse, would be abusive when she's pregnant, which is really, really weird, isn't it? But that is look it up. It is a statistic. So something happened here in any case. The best thing that both of them can do is, like, you could stand here for the rest of your life and be in regret over what has happened here. Or you can turn around and notice, hey, there's still 2 cups standing. This could represent the 2 of them. We're still standing here. Are we going to stay together and make this work, or are we going to walk away from it? This is pick up these cups, walk down the path over the bridge over troubled water. And, the energy in the castle is like half standing and half dilapidated. So this is about, is the glass half full or is the glass half empty kind of energy. The truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. I was just going to say, perhaps when this energy comes in here, and there's a DNA test done, and it shows, yes, the Empress is pregnant with this king's baby, then maybe he had a suspicion that she stepped out on him, and maybe he has trouble getting someone pregnant. Who knows? Could be a scenario like that. And then this information comes in, and it's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God. And now he realizes, woohoo, it's my baby. But he's already decided here that he's going to continue with this relationship. So interesting. Look at, this is the card like that. This is about being disappointed in love in the past, and it's talking about these 3 cups. And it's talking about a 4th cup being offered. And so sometimes this can be 3 strikes and you're out. I don't like this person who's disappointed is saying, hey, I don't want anything to do with love, like, period. I've had enough of love. Or it could represent someone that you've given 3 chances to, and now they're asking for a 4th chance, and you're saying, 3 strikes, you're out. I'm not interested in giving you another chance. This could also represent a 3rd party being involved, and there's a pregnancy. And maybe whatever the energy is, the DNA test coming in could be like, okay, that disappointment's over because the baby does belong to the couple. That kind of energy. Very interesting. And then we have, yes, this is a cup of love. God is saying, this is true love. God is saying this Empress energy, this is your Empress, King of Wands. Get your shift together here. This energy is showing that this is like the truth about the situation of love. And this is about having peace in your mind regarding it. Thank God they have DNA tests now, hey? That kind of energy. Really, really interesting. Yeah, there's a few scenarios that this could be, but what this is saying is, because sometimes this represents that there's a baby on the way. And with the energy here right on the Empress, and the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God. So this is to give you peace of mind, to know that this is a relationship that is meant to carry on. And maybe there was just a bunch of gossip in that from the competition, and there really wasn't any stepping out. And maybe the energy of everybody, like all the women having their back to the one king here, because we only have one king, but we have 3 women. So it could, this could go like, but in this is your heart's desires here, and seeing the true picture, like being able to be able to speak, back of this relationship being a relationship of love. It's very definitely saying that there's no need to be disappointed here. This is a true connection. God is guaranteeing that, sealing that. And so this walking away from these cups of love. So this might have been a situation where someone walked away. They walked away from each other for a period of time, and now they're maybe coming back. Quite often, this energy, like look at, we have 5 cups here, and then we have 3. And this is representing these 3 cups again, and these 3 cups. And this saying that the person walked away because they really felt like their partner had stepped out and they were pregnant with someone else's child. That's the energy I'm getting. Now they can come walking back in again. And look at, it's the new moon and the full moon eclipse, which is what we're in that season right now. Really weird, but that kind of energy happens. If you ever watch those paternity court, there's all sorts of situations that happen. But I feel like someone walked away and now they're coming back because now this energy of not knowing is over, and God is putting his seal of approval on it, basically. And this is happening right now in this eclipse season. So this could be we just had on the 3rd of March, we had the full moon eclipse, And on the 17th, we had the new moon eclipse. Okay, so now there's this energy of saying, hey, let's, it's talking about, let's rebuild this castle, I guess. Or let's rebuild it somewhere else. Let's leave this place and let's go somewhere new and start off our relationship together in a new way. There could be another variation here where it was like this energy here that this king, you know, as I said, he can have a tendency to be playing the field. But if he's not married or whatever, so he had several choices. There was a lot of competition here, but he chose the Empress, and this is guaranteeing. And he might have chose her because she's pregnant, and that's what everybody thinks. But this is his true love, and it's like, let's get out of this city or this place we're in. Let's move to another location together. And we have the whole world in our hands kind of energy. It's a different way of reading that card for sure. And then look at this energy here. We have walking out of this doubt. This is like feeling duty bound and not being able to see the big picture, but feeling duty bound, I feel, because someone's pregnant. And now the relief of knowing, hey, this is actually your child. The DNA proves it. God is making sure that you know you walked away at too soon. Come back in. And this is talking about all your doubts. So this is talking about moving forward now in a different way. This person could just walk away now. And you'll notice here that this is justice. That they both are wearing this red robe and they both have their right foot forward here. And then this is the energy of, I feel this was a lot of tears that were cried. I feel that if this was the pre-empress energy, and we're talking about her being an empress now because of everything she's gone through, and the king felt that it wasn't his child, and she had to convince him because he had, you know, he had a doubt. Because remember, this is conviction beyond a doubt. And they were straddling two different worlds, that she was like, this energy was like, I don't even want to talk to you, like if that's what you think of me, that kind of energy. So maybe he was listening to gossip and whatever and walked away, and now he's come back when he realized, okay, no, this is my child. Could be something like that. It seems like pretty immature, doesn't it? But I've seen, I mean, we've seen this kind of energy coming. And I feel like this is all the tears that she cried because he had doubt of her love, because she's proud of her love, you know, that kind of energy. And this is, you know, I feel there was way more water here, and then all of this energy is the thoughts that to be able to heal from this, to be able to move forward. And she doesn't want to marry him just because he feels duty bound because she's pregnant, that kind of energy. She wants to know, this is actually my true love. And she's got her left foot still, this one last sword to move forward, one more thought, one more concern. And then, you know, I feel there was way more water here though. This represents the emotions. And now this is just a real shallow little puddle here. It's not saying her emotions are shallow, but it's saying that there's way less emotion, and now it could be cleared up. People are listening to each other again. So the justice is being able to live really well and have this beautiful life together. The Queen of Cups energy with and having, you know, this kind of, is this person really the person I should be with kind of energy. Them both being like one in one world, one in the other kind of energy. A doubt like that, or a concern that there was infidelity. The truth coming out from God, God making sure that both of them know the truth so that they can, you know, move together. Like this is talking about expansion in their lives. Well, a baby would expand your life for sure, you know, and rebuilding what happened here. So this could have all just been like gossip and competition, you know, like that kind of energy, just that there was a lot of competition. And so we have, okay, now coming down, that someone walked away for a while. And that's why all this having their back to each other. And like even here, like she won't even look at him. That kind of energy. So this is the Ace of Cups is saying, no, this is a true divine love. And we also have the energy of using your intuition and having the courage to face fears regarding this relationship and that type of energy. Maybe thinking, oh, well, you know, he has a reputation for being such a player. Maybe she thought he was stepping out. So there could be lots of scenarios here. But in any way, it ends in marriage. And hopefully they don't have to go through this again, that kind of energy. Maybe they've learned from it. That's the justice of the whole situation. It's kind of an interesting reading. Like, I've had such a weird day that this is like funny to me. This is a problem. This isn't a problem. The people across the street, now they have a problem because they had their door kicked in and they were arrested out in the street, and there was like military there, and there was like a Malinois, like you know, one of those really cool dogs ready to rip their throat out if they made the wrong move. They had the bomb squad or whatever out there, the tactical squad. It was a big scene. Now those people have problems. Makes it, kind of puts everything into perspective, doesn't it? So I do hope you've enjoyed this reading up to this point. If you have, give it a like and comment. And you know, we've all had times when we feel jealous, that's for sure. And but this is very light compared to what I thought it might end up being. And so I'm going to clarify for those of you that want clarification. I want clarification. Okay, I hear you. Okay, if this is your situation, I would want clarification also. So I'm using my oracle. And it's Tales from the Vector, Tails. I do have a website, talesfromthevector.com. The cards here have numbers on them. I've been working on this since 2007, and in 2020 I completed all the paintings. And there are some really big dragon paintings. It's from the Intergalactic Federation of Light. And I have a lot of the information written down, but I want to make sure I have the information correct when people are using the cards. And so that's what I'm doing here. In the description box below, I will put them in the order they appear in the reading. And then if you feel like you want to go and look at the paintings, you can. The information is all in the description box. So this is saying the Wheel of Fortune is turning. So this is good. The synchronicities are coming in from the universe, and this is saying, you know, the Wheel of Fortune is representing the end of that cycle here, of this concern and this worry, and getting back, you know, on the path that you want to be on, basically. And so this is about your destined path, the Wheel of Fortune coming in. And that's confirming the energy of the Chariot here. We have this energy here of the Virgo energy, and the full moon that we have right now is, and the eclipse is in the sign of Virgo. And so the Virgo energy is talking about the energy of a young adult, someone that's not quite mature enough to get married yet, maybe a little immature still. But they are, you know, they're in that commitment phase now. They had to have one last immature hurrah kind of energy. So this is about communication as well. And we have, we are in a retrograde for Mercury right now. From the perspective of the Earth, it looks like Mercury is traveling backwards, which is infamous energy for having miscommunication. And so I feel like a lot of this was miscommunication, maybe driven by gossip or whatever. And so this is talking about analytical critique as opposed to anal criticism. I just want to point out that when these signs come up in my readings, and it's a collective reading like this, I'm not talking, oh, it was a Virgo or it was, you know, whatever sign. I'm looking at it from the perspective that we all have a little bit of every sign within us. And you can get your birth chart done and figure out like what house Virgo's in. And that's where the energy will be most prominent if it's not your sun sign. We have transition here. Yeah, I feel like there was a transition in the relationship because of some miscommunication, and it caused all this back turned away kind of energy going on. Sagittarius energy, wanting adventure, expansion versus contraction. So there could have been an energy of feeling like is this the right person for me kind of energy. Maybe they took a break from each other or something, and while they took a break, the Empress discovered she was pregnant, and everybody jumped to conclusions. It could be that type of energy. So we also have disruption. This also could represent wanting to move somewhere else. So, the world, travel, and adventure. Disruption, what's fun for some is not fun for everyone. Absolutely. It's right here on the tower. So, yeah, it's saying, maybe a lot of people were gossiping and they got back to one or the other or both of them, and they believed it, that kind of energy. You have to be very careful right now. Just the energy in the world right now is like, check your facts before you make judgments, especially during eclipse season. Because in eclipse season, if there's any weakness in your life, in your lifestyle, in your, within you, if there's a weakness there that needs to be worked on, that energy will be amplified during the eclipse. So then you'll be working on that, and it's really good because you're making that very clear. But what happens is you're so hyper focused on that one area that you miss the big picture. And if you miss the big picture, then there's a lot of room for miscommunication. We have intention here, so the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Someone might have even said something. I think that they were da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and they thought, oh, it would be a good idea to tell this to the other partner, right? And it just went off from there. Lack of awareness. The biggest danger with lack of awareness, of course, is missed opportunities. Because you don't see what's really there in front of you. And like, look at this couple could have broken up and they're actually meant to be together. God is confirming this. That, this energy here is the information that came in, I feel, was like the proof that this baby is theirs and not someone else's, that kind of energy. We have dissemination of information. So there's an elephant in the room and nobody wants to talk about it. That's the kind of energy here where the universe is saying, look after it, but you don't. And this could have been nipped in the bud, but it was, it went. And it's talking about, it was about deception. Now, whether it's saying like there really wasn't, God is saying there wasn't a deception here. Or in some cases there was, but and the baby belongs to the two people here together. That's talking about this gift coming in between here. And I do feel like it's a pregnancy for sure. This is the Gemini energy. This is talking about, again, being in kindergarten, like, like this energy being really immature. The Gemini energy is the third sign of the horoscope. And so this is talking about kindergarten age, and it's also ruled by Mercury, where we have to learn, to communicate better. And this is like starting off in this energy and digressing to this energy, basically. Like these people were in some ways behaving as if they were in kindergarten instead of like young adults kind of energy. And then we have the Pisces energy coming in. Pisces is actually this full moon eclipse that we have right now. The full moon is in the sign of Virgo, but directly across the wheel from that Virgo energy on the horoscope wheel is Pisces. And so this is talking about this Pisces energy being kind of conflicting with the Virgo energy. And Pisces is kind of more about being more sensitive. And when someone's pregnant, they can be very sensitive. And this Virgo energy can be very, it can cross the line of analytical critique and into the territory of anal criticism. And that, and a need to be right. And this is saying, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Do you want to make a mountain out of a molehill? Do you want to keep going on and on about it when it's not really, there wasn't anything really here to be this upset about? You may have been right about certain parts of it, and she may, and he may, all of that kind of energy. But would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? And this is sitting right on God here. And God, well, God, the sun didn't come out itself, but God is here on either side of this energy, saying, you know, it's the truth. The truth is that this is your designated partner. So do you want to rune that by, you'd rather be right than you would be happy, you know, to be happy. And so this is talking about the Capricorn energy, yeah, being responsible. And, you know, we're in challenging times right now. There's no doubt about it. So this is talking about the Capricorn energy is the epitome of the earth energy, and it's about being ambitious and seeing the possibilities within the challenges, and so allowing this now to move forward in a more strong way. And we have the Hermit at the top, and so this is talking about safe travels. So basically the Hermit goes to the top of the mountain to confer with God, and then stays there until the lantern has the North Star energy in it, and then the Hermit comes back down the mountain, and eventually these people do marry. And I also feel that this energy is saying that it would be a good idea at this time for the two of you to get away to have some time, just the two of you, so you can really get to know each other better, and so that your communication is stronger. So that is the reading for today. I do hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a like and comment if you have, if you've learned something from it. And I will, you know, consider subscribing if you are resonating with the energy of the channel. I would be honored if you did so. And I will be back with another daily reading for you tomorrow. Bye for now.